back. Thrones beat the game. So we discussed everything Game of Thrones. We are back. Discussing House of the Dragon episode. Episode 7. We got Ken back in the building with us. Thank you for being back. So since you are back, you will go first with your thoughts on this episode.
I didn't want to watch the green. Okay. Here's the thing.
Oh snap!
Here's the thing.
Thanos, somebody cheating up on you.
Here's the thing.
Thanos, you was gonna do they cheating up on you.
Listen, I just like women. Okay. So
You're a front runner.
okay, and I'm honest about it. All she had to do was take one of her 5 billion dragons and blow everything up. She's afraid. She's listening to the whore. Her gold folks are getting fucked up. Like, it's a bad situation. Meanwhile, I got my boy Aegon out here in the wilderness, the zombie dragon. I mean, who wants to be a zombie dragon? Like, you can't beat it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So, that being said, I don't know how I feel about she still is getting dumped because that seemed like it was unfair. Nor do I think he's dead, but he's gonna pop back up later somewhere. So I think that's gonna happen. But overall, it was a really, really, really good episode. I think it was probably one of the strongest this season. I missed last week, so I want to give honorable mention just to my feelings on the show writers. So everyone's okay with incest with the other persuasion, but we don't do it. Okay, like we don't do uncle brother situation like that. So to me, I just felt like if you're gonna take the step and adding like a melanin cast, I need more authenticity from that perspective because it's enough of the people for them to date outside of each other. Like, to me, it just felt like I don't know. I didn't like it. But other than that, I mean, I think this episode was a great episode. I really, 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 really love the direction that they're going in. I am kind of tired of the whole Harrenhal, like the whole all of the witch and then the weird scene with his mother. Like I just want them to just get his dragon out of there because like he's a bad person, just like he's such a bad. He's such a decaying haunted castle. Like he can do this, but no, I love this, and I love that. What was the dragon name? Sunfire.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he's back. And I love that they look like twins now. So,
Alright, Thanos, how do you feel about them? They shooting up on the Thanos. What's going on? How do you feel about that?
Fiction side might not be the only one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to do that though, but I'm not upset
Yeah.
at
Hold on. Hold the fuck.
only because I really do like Daron and Gwen. So they are a part of the Green. So that's the main group of people that I'm referring to when I say like the Greens they're alright with me. I'm not talking about Allison. I don't feel bad that Otto is dead. And I guess you can include Helaena in that too. Like she's alright. But Aemon and Aegon, like whatever. So that's what I have to say about that. It's okay, guys. It's okay.
So, although I did enjoy the scene with Aegon getting Sunfire back, I was hoping that they were going to make it a little bit more blood magical versus it's just him being in a coma and it's just like a normal type of dragon coma type of thing. So I was hoping they could have bring it to mysticism because he kind of looked like a zombie when you saw him. His eyes didn't have any light in them. But he wasn't decaying, but he wasn't, healing either. So that was I hope happens. I don't know if it is or not, but that's kind of what my hope is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, because the showrunners said that they were going to add more of the mysticism and magic into the show, first of all, in the book. So this would be a great chance to do so. Because they had them over that whole thing of taking the dragon, not shard, but dragon scale, and then murdering the other cat with his scale. And then all of a sudden he comes back unbeknownst to him after he spent all that time touching him, And now he did say that he had a heartbeat when he was alive, so he could have just been in coma. But I choose to believe will make you feel better about it. Blood magic makes you feel better about it.
So you feel like it might not have been as impactful as in the Game of Thrones show when the White Walker army had dragged the other fallen dragon out of the water. Like, you remember how that felt? Like, oh my god, like they should have zombified this dragon. So you feel like it should have been more like magic-y in that way, and not just like White Walker magic.
I mean, not necessarily White Walker, but just that type of magic. Like, because we've seen dragons die, right? We've seen dragons be
and we've seen them come back to life.
Right. And so, but in this show, all the dragons that died so far, particularly with those type of injuries, it was wrapped.
Yeah.
It was done in the wrap. And so to see him see the rider survive and then go through some type of mystic ceremony, and then the dragon shows up, because he was shocked too. It wasn't as if he was, Vhagar pulls back up, then, Aemon is expected, Vhagar's going to pull up. But he thought, he mourned Sunfire. And so he seemed as surprised as possible, but also when he turned around and saw him, it was almost as if he expected. Like, I wasn't expecting you now, but I was expecting something. And so that would kind of open it up to the blood match.
I don't think he was expecting him, because he said, I want us to go die together. That was the reason he chose the woods in the first place. So, I think it was a surprise. You're not wrong, but you're accepting. But I think it was a surprise that Sunfire showed up. Because it's like he went to the woods to go die, an honorable death.
So and then I didn't really like the incest stuff. I'm kind of over Harrenhal and all the incestuous stuff. It's kind of crazy. So the thing that happened is this is really where the writers are deviating from the books. They probably won't go back, and so I'm curious as to see what some of the decisions that they made are going to go. Like, for instance, I don't want to jump too far here. Remind me when we get back to
I loved it. This is House of the Dragons. We finally got a dragon standoff, a good old fashioned dragon beatdown. Because Caraxes said, I told your ass outside that cave, the next time I saw you, it's on sight. You meant that, okay? Cyrax is like, no, you killed my baby. It's up when I see you. I'm still aggravated at Rhaenyra because she still don't get it. Somebody said online, Rhaenyra found a wild pit bull and immediately took it to a dog park off leash. Like, that's all this is. He will not heed me. So why are you flying around? Over Harrenhal, over Alice, over the weird incestuous stuff from either party here. Lord Wayne, please. That leg flipped over the horse and he pulled back up to Tumbleton. He's really missing his calling as a majorette or something. But lastly, I'm sick of Miss Ari. I want her out. I want her done. I want her gone. I don't understand where we're going with this plot. And when the head mistress of the House of Pleasure came and read her for filth in the throne room, she needed that. She needed that dose of reality, which is why she did the weird stuff at the end. So great episode. I give it a 10. Hey, you wearing silks that are worth more than a year's wage for me. And what power do you have, really? None. Yeah. So I give it a 10 out of 10 this episode. And the thing about Sunfire, I think Sunfire felt that bond with Aegon when he was in distress. I think that's what got him out of his protective dragon slumber. I I think that's what it was. And that could be attributed to magic or that magical bond that dragon and rider have. And then Helaena, sweet Helaena, her vision, we finally get to see her dragon. We finally get to see her dragon, who is literally the mother of most of the dragons we know. Dreamfire is the mother of all of Daenerys' dragons, which was part of the flux that Alice produced last episode that Dreamfire laid while she was nesting in Harrenhal. But everybody get out of Harrenhal. I don't want to see another scene of Alice at Harrenhal. And Aemon just gives me the ick. And I will walk back a previous statement. He might be a better swordsman than Daemon when he is fully healthy. I will walk that part of my assumption back. But I'm not switching sides totally. I do, however, I was clapping. I gave it a standing ovation when Sunfire showed back up because that was perfect. Poor Aegon needed a win. Also, Larys exiting stage left was hilarious to me. He got little quick. It's like, yeah, I can't do anything for you. Maybe we'll meet again. Right, what am I supposed to do? So I give it a 10.
Then I have to ask you, are you okay that you have Disney I mean, and I ain't growing up with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we touch this? I mean, in this episode, we do have a mother on son statistically. So is that really? If we're going to really get mad about incest, do we need to get this back?
No. Sorry, he won't talk to me, but Kelvin.
No.
Nobody gets past anywhere ever.
It's a hard stop on if these words in the same sentence. Incest and past. Like when you pair those two words in the same sentence,
it's
a hard stop. So no.
They've been doing this for a long time. These are people that grew up in the same neighborhood as you. These are different type of black people.
Yeah, but even me, it doesn't even count.
They're having a conversation when my father and the person I'm talking to and their grandfather, the same person, is a problem. Okay?
You know what I mean?
Her grandfather
is his father.
Is Adam's father.
Right.
Okay. No.
We can get off this topic. You ain't getting no consensus here from anybody. No.
Agreed. But still.
Yeah, elephant shit is worse than horse shit. We don't want either one of them.
Very good. All right, since you don't get the one in here before we leave Aemon, having his sister with Alice Rivers, his mama shows up. Alice tries to make herself look like his mother. What was y'all thoughts on that?
Two thumbs down. And Alice, if that was a glamour that she was using for him to be able to perform, that's weird also. I don't like any of it. And Alice being distinctly uncomfortable in this weird dinner with her weird Oedipus complex having son and his new chick. She's like, yeah, who is this? Who is she to you? Like, at the end of the day, because he's still a prince. And who is this? Like, this is not who you're supposed to be thrown to at all, even kind of. So, who is this young lady who's very, very strange? I don't like her. And, Alice was like, yeah, your mom can't stay. My visions did not include her at all. And I'm like, yeah, Alice, get out of there. But then when she left, was she just going to go back to King's Landing by herself on the King Road? She came with like 5 escorts. One got murdered by the werewolf tree. Who's taking her back? But it was a very strange dinner scene.
Over at Harrenhal, I cannot believe how much screen time Alice Rivers is getting. because she's not easy on the eyes. So it's like, ugh, like so it's almost unbelievable that for 2 seasons in a row, Harrenhal has played a recurring setting in every single episode. And I think this kind of ties back to a question from previous episodes. Do we think there's a parallel between Daemon and Aemon? And I think at least for the show writers' intentions, 100%. They had Daemon and Harrenhal all last season, and they have Aemon and Harrenhal. So at the very least, the show writers are trying to align their paths and really get to the distinctions as well as the similarities between the two. Don't like the incest. Glad that they made Alicent physically uncomfortable about that. And what she's gonna do in the wood, I don't know how she's gonna get home. I don't know what she's gonna meet along the way, but good blood.
I ain't ditto. Down with them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with Victoria with the comparisons with them aligning Aemon and Daemon on similar paths. But I mean, I guess my question is that did the book, is this what's indicated in the book, like did Harrenhal take up as much space in the book as it is in the episode? Are they trying to be authentic or to it or?
We all look at it in hindsight because they look at it as it's in the middle of the whole mess. If I can control that, I can control everything else moving around. All you have to put all this weight to do it on anything. And it has mystical things to it. When first Aegon he came in like kicking in the door. That's why I'm supposed to be haunted because he came in with his dragons and burnt up everything. Like, as soon as it was built, he showed up like the next day.
The day after. Yes,
Yeah,
the perfect day.
It was like beautiful castle. You go up and like, hey man, I want to tell you about your new house and you burn it up. And burn up everybody. So it's got those kind of things. And people still haven't learned for a long time. Nobody's ever said like, you know what, I don't care about him. Everybody says about him. Whatever it is. Last week how much you think?
Yeah, kind of over it. I think Allison's running from it seems ridiculous. I thought she probably should have tried to reevaluate her strategy when she murdered her kill sword, or as soon as she walked through the door. You know, and also if you gonna poison nigga, you got to poison. Like you can't just half-ass it. You know, she should have. What was the point of her grabbing the knife? They show her the whole thing. Show her grabbing a knife, and then she wants to just use poison in his wine. And just say,
take him after you got poison.
Yeah. I mean, you don't keep. Listen, you are here. They got incest going on. You know, with patricide going on. There's a lot going on. You gotta commit to it.
I mean, shout out to he got killed by Valyrian steel at least. He died by Valyrian steel. That was in his knife was a Valyrian knife. And he used it. So not to say he got killed by Valyrian.
Fancy.
Yeah, he got killed. Nobody's
going to do that.
I'm over it. I'm not. Alice just feels like a woman or man that gets with somebody that used to be popping, and like they like they kind of like step them up. It'd be like sometimes it's like you might know the story of Joe Lewis and he was kind of fell off on money. He married another woman and he moved to Vegas, and then like he had him as a door greeter. You know, it's like at a casino. But it's like, oh, it's Joe Lewis, my man, Joe Lewis. I mean, you got him in like 75, and you're like 50, and like you got him as a door greeter. Is that Joe Lewis? And you kind of figure him out as being Joe Lewis. And that's how Alex Rivers feels like he is like, we're going to have babies, we're going to start a new line, we're going to do all this stuff. But nobody in the realm is going to respect you for doing it. Nobody. And he's a Rivers, he's a bastard. I mean, plain and simple. If he is not.
So that would make them feel like a double bastard.
in theory, I mean, they don't
Like,
even
that
get
would be
my
hilarious. Like, no lip is extra no lip.
because I never think about he was exposed to somebody all the way somewhere else. And he ain't never was a visitor, and he ain't seen the system he said he was gonna be. It's a breath in me. So I'm over there here most of the All right, let's switch to the greens a little bit. Ormond, we got some heat. Ormond up here willing and dealing. He's willing and dealing. He said, he told, he was Targaryen that I got a little coming up my sleeve. He think it's a caller situation. It's full. Like, he think he going having beers for weeks.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Like, he's like, I ain't know you do stuff. You got that dog 2-3 years. That's how it felt like. They like, last time I saw you, I was like, oh, last time. So again, what was you? That was more shocking to me. Not just that. It was like, is y'all familiar with each other? Like, y'all got time and place.
Yeah, I was surprised about the old relationship, but not surprised he had something in his up the sleeve. He's been extremely calculating since we've met him. Like, he is smart, cunning, well read. You know what I mean? So I figured he had to have an angle. Darien, his name, Daron.
Black people kill me. His name is not Darion.
What is Darren?
Free has been calling him Darion all season long. It is not my name.
Darien. So much respect for him. Like, I love this kid. He might be the best, I don't know, Targaryen that's supposed to. I love him. Because he goes, what kind of king would I be to fly away and just let my people get slaughtered? Like, I like him.
I think he's not as clever as he wants to be. He's a good. Okay, so there's a quote from The Art of War: "Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat." Okay, he's full of tactics, but he's not strategic at all because he's got too many pieces on the board and is unable to really control anything. Ulf is a wild card. He's boorish. He's common born. He's new to all of this. And Ormond thinks he's just appealing to his sensibilities as a man. I heard Damon whip your butt in the street in public. Like, how you feel about that, right? But he's still a wild card. Cutting off Lois's finger is silly. Why would you do that? Because at the end of the day, you're offering up Driftmark, and it's not yours to get. So, but Ulf doesn't know that, right? Also, too, Ormond really thinks that he's smarter than he actually is. He's intelligent, he's cunning, he's quick, but not nearly as clever as he thinks he is. He's not a good fighter. Had it not been for Gwaine, he'd likely been dead in the Darren boat, right? That was Gwaine be like, that's not him. And they, kill him off. And Ormond didn't really say thank you. He's like, I'm throwing up because there's blood and guts and gore and mud in here. Ew, he's got his issues. But I like him because he looks good. And he's eye candy for me. And he's not dumb, but he ain't that bright. So we'll see what else he's got up his sleeve. This is surely going to backfire. And I am tired of the Greens winning. I'm tired of them gaining on the Blacks, while Rhaenyra is sitting here pestering and harassing her younger sister, who she knows has issues, right? She knows that Helaena is a dreamer now. She knows that she's a sensitive soul. Why would you wake that girl up out of her sleep and ask her all them damn questions? Like, this is not a good play. And so I need for Rhaenyra to be mad enough to do something to actually thwart Ormond. And she's not mad enough yet. I don't understand why she's not, but she's not. And it seems like Ormond has a lot more advantage than he may actually have.
I wanna rephrase because Stephanie, you're right. I just like Ormond because he's clean and he probably smells good. So that
He's aesthetically pleasing. Yes.
yeah, he speaks to me. I could see myself looking out at people with dirty shoes and dirty clothes that smell like, probably poop, and just being utterly disgusted. I get that. So, when I saw that scene, I saw a lot of myself.
So, a couple things. I think the first thing about taking Corliss, the message that the Maester gave her said, if you kick a dog, you will bite your hand. And then the next thing you see is they have Corliss fingers in a box. So I thought that the bite your hand and taking his finger off was kind of going along with the message that he sent to Rhaenyra and sent the other part of it to Alan. I wanted to talk to something that Dee touched on. Driftmark, I went back and looked it up. Driftmark was destroyed with the Battle of the Triarchy. That's why Corliss was so distraught and talking about, the only thing I have to give you is my name now. So he's offering something that he can't, that even if he gave to him, there's nothing there. He's offering him something less valuable physically than what he had. He had actual high mark, I think.
It's some honey pot, honey honey pot, or something like that.
Not honey.
It was honey something.
So he's gonna straight lie and he says, you know what? You see Driftmark on this type.
Right. But also there, luckily he should know that Driftmark was destroyed.
But he don't know though. It's like if I told you, man, like you saw someone who's like, man, some house is burned up in the dude. You're like, I'm gonna give you this house in the dude. But you ain't realizing it's a house. If you're not traveling the dude, you ain't realizing it's a house that burned up maybe on the news a couple weeks ago.
He asked for something that was actually reasonable and tangible, and he accepted something that he can't even collect on. That's crazy. So he just got played for a fucking Trump. And another thing, he was like, where did he get the entitlement from? Like, he was nobody and nothing, and he gave them, and they gave him an opportunity to be somebody in the night. And so he was, I just really make you rich immediately.
The way he looks, he said, don't give nobody nothing that they have been raised in. And he's like, if you ain't been raised in having these dragons or having this nobility, don't trust him. So he's running that same system. And you know he's doing it. The fact that he's playing, you can get Driftmark and know like, I know you know this, I'm gonna give you whatever else. I'll give you Dorn and tell you I can give you Dorn too if you'll bring it back.
That's crazy. He is straight got hustled. So on the Betrayal, he also knows the hustle.
Yes, and he got hustled.
It was Honey Holt. Honey Holt was the Holt that he wanted.
It was nasty work. And the last thing I'll say is that the quote of the show was, a whore will always and ever remain a whore, which is fantastic. I'm going to get that tattooed on me. But also, speaking of which, I'm so sick of her scheming. Like,
agreed.
She's out kicking the coverage on the game that she
agreed.
If she was playing a Game of Thrones where there wasn't a war and Rhaenyra was just ruling, and so now she's actually trying to, increase her station in life by, talking about the common people. But Rhaenyra got too much stuff going on, and she's not a wartime concierge. so she's worried about
Rhaenyra needs Jenko. Rhaenyra needs Jenko. Okay, and not Tom Hagen.
Right, and listen, you may not like him, but Damon is Jenko.
You are a T-time. That's where you gotta go.
But I think she knows it though. After she spoke with the head mistress or whoever she was, and reminded her who she was, she went right back to the room and got back to business. She was like, you know what? I forgot my original my phone. I'm actually a whore. Let me do what whores do. So I mean, I think it was the reminder that she needed. Here I am trying to finagle and finesse, talk to Allison, keep these secrets. No, I am better served. Money. I mean, I think it was the reminder that she needed. And I can tell you this, next episode, she probably will be in better standing. So, I mean, if she, like her or not, I'm saying that she literally went back to playing the role that got her in the position in the station she is now. So, that eat too. No?
Just one quick more question. Everybody keeps talking about the eye candy from the guy perspective. On the last two shows, on both Dunkin' Egg and this, there's not one piece of ass on any of the shows. Like, it's like all the women admitted that.
No, the girl that got her pinky cut off, she was cute. The puppet lady.
Tamsel Too Tall was her name. Tamsel Too Tall from the traveling production company.
I mean, was she not?
I mean, maybe was kind of bad.
I mean, first season?
No, Grown Lena.
Grown up Lena.
No, but didn't she die the first season?
Yeah.
You saying this season?
Yeah. I think you got a whore that's playing both sides of the dynasty against each other. I'm expecting them to be a little bit more local.
Listen, y'all got all you needed in the original Game of Thrones series, okay? There were 8 seasons of all the TNA that you could possibly want to see, and there was nothing for us. So just let us have this, okay? Let us have this. It's been like 7 episodes of a halfway decent looking character not named Bump, okay? So just let us have this. Let us have it.
Demon gets involved. These dragons drunkenly find him and says like, "Oh, dang, you want to burn up and stuff? I need to eat too. I just woke up, so we get really meat." To me, it felt like it was a meal also. He just woke up from a long swim. How'd y'all feel about Aegon? Getting involved in Larry taking a dip and then Lannister sitting by his side. Y'all think y'all see the dynamic between all these different things?
I unfortunately rolled my eyes throughout the whole thing. It was too fantastical. It was too fantastical, too fairy tale, too whimsical to happen to such a horrible person like Aegon. Like, you deserve all the hardships that you've been enduring to like keep something you're doing great. You don't deserve for your dragon to rise from the dead. No. But I rolled my eyes through that. I rolled my eyes through the conversation of Varys and Kylan talking about sticking by Aegon's side. I'm like, there's nothing honorable about sticking beside a dishonorable man. Nothing about this conversation is noble. It just drags on and on. I can't do anything for you. I'm a cripple. I can't leave him to face an army that's here for me. Blah, blah. Just fuck. Like, I don't. Too fantastical for people who are just not good people. I'm sorry, I can't.
So, this pre-dragon speech, I was ordained by the septum, first of his name. That was actual, like, emotion and rawness and feeling. And dare I say, like, honor. Then the Mad Hatter laughed after his dragon burned everybody up. I thought to myself, because here, let me go back. It bothered him when Larys said you're not a good man, you're not a good person, you want a good king. So, like, to me, I was thinking, well, maybe this is going to be like some type of revelation to him. He had to get mangled and burnt up before he could decide to be a better person. Everyone has trials and tribulations. So I was thinking maybe like he had like a redemption story, possibly. Then he does this crazy cackle laugh as he watches this dragon burn all these soldiers up. And I'm like, oh, my boy's still there. He's just fundamentally a bad person. And here's the thing. I actually respect the fact that he knows he's a bad person. He leans the fuck into it, them pretending like our parent queen on the throne that they're a good person and not knowing that they're terrible. And so all I'm saying is that Aegon understands that he's a bad person, bad king, and he just leans into it. I don't like it.
And Aegon gets right to it. That's what I can also give him.
Respect him.
Once he realized he had the dragon at his fingertips, he immediately took hard. And that's what's not clicking for Rhaenyra. You waited so long that those dragon seeds had time to betray you.
But you're missing an important part of his maturation. Wait, sorry, stay on clear.
I'm just saying, it's kind of off topic, but if Rhaenyra had not dragged her so long and then burnt something up, then there would not even be time, space, opportunity for Oath to betray her. And I'm saying, like, you see how Aegon turns around, sees his dragon was right there, turned right back around and said before it's like, that's how quick Rhaenyra should have been. So that's like, I can give him his tens for that. You get right to it, and I just like that.
So, two things. I'm not gonna hold that against Rhaenyra because Daemon is the one that accepted Ormond's meat instead of roasting everybody. And she sent her attack dog.
That's on Rhaenyra's good side. He's trying to appease her. He didn't want to do that.
Had he been more Daemon, he wouldn't be in these situations right now. That's like, had he not shown strength, he wouldn't be here. And so she sent the attack dog. Let the attack dog make the decision he wants to make. He came back and they played him. You know, he showed mercy. He didn't show mercy. Came back with the wrong fucking seed. Also didn't kill Ormond. He come back with his head. So that's Damon's fault. She did what she's supposed to do.
I'm just Ormond's been talking before that, and how he gets inside information what they're doing, and that's not that long. Where he basically was like, I don't know, maybe it's a thing of like kind of having a tax you in the inside.
That's giving him way too much credit. Way too much credit. I think it's way too much credit.
I think it's giving too much credit, but even if we give him that, the simple fact is, this motherfucker has some very manageable taste. This dude wants always to come to the crib, have a couple hoes come through, a couple beers. He's good. Like, exactly. That was well within her purview. That was well within her purview.
That's for a lot of people. You could even lie to him. Lie to him and tell him what you got doing.
He said he drove every car. He wants some nice cooked food, some nice plain draws.
People go get the STD down in the little area
Flea bottom.
Flea bottom. Let him go do what he wants. He might die. You might just go ahead.
Exactly.
As long as he get up in the morning and get on his dress. That's all we care about.
Oath is just like them dudes who make it and then go back to the hood because he can't stay away, he can't stay out the way, and he go back to the hood. Why do you want to run back to Flea Bottom so bad?
But I was gonna say one more thing though. The thing about Aegon is he didn't believe it when Loras told him he was a terrible person. It wasn't to Tylan who asked Tylan was a good king. Tylan started him in that hall and boxing the whole time, not there to actually get it out. He really believed it. Oh shit, that's really fucking like that anyway. So I don't think he really resonated until Tylan did that because although Tylan has his faults, he does at least attempt to be honest. Because like you said, he didn't have to do that. He's like, I'm not gonna let you die with an army looking for me. And he's not the most the best warrior or the most courageous man. But there was just a line in the sand. He goes, man, it's my responsibility. I take this on the chin. And I think it was that when Aegon kind of realized, okay, well, I've been super selfish. Because even somebody like this can kind of man up, and come to my aid when he doesn't have to, has nothing to gain it. It's one thing when you're the king and you got all the money and all the listeners kissing your ass, but you're back, you're gonna make them right. Tylan expected to die there. Because Tylan didn't know that dragon was so. And so whatever commitment and sacrifice he was willing to make, he did it.
It was so fitting to do. He's giving his last stand speech like he's a comfort on the plane, and he's like, and then he steals them because I don't know if the dragon knew he needed him, or he was hungry, or he was just like, now waking up and like, oh snap, there's something going on over there. It's funny because Smith's not that far away, so this dragon's in the air. It's not like he's from far away. He's kind of like lift over there.
Right.
And in Celtic City, and it was so funny to do the lower house, and Aegon in his mind, he's coming to kill. I was like, it's a Roland family or something. Like, it was some lower born house, and he was like, you know what? At least it's a decent thing, something can at least sing my name and like we killed him. Unlike Kristen, where they just have a dead walking around, going around. It's a battle station.
And finally, some truth to the books, because that's exactly what happened in the book. They mounted his head on a pike, and finally seeing a little bit of honesty as far as the source material goes. I was glad to see that. That was perfect for Roddy Piper to be Martin on horseback with just on Cole on the spike.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to this last. I think everyone is getting off this program. Thanos, this is surprising. I was shocked. I thought Thanos was wild on this off. But Rhaenyra, I'm sorry, finds out about the situation going on with Keith Stiller and Helaena. And first we have the first Bela and Alan have a little trip, and he finds out his brother on the secret trip. Like he's like, yeah, so I'm trying to get my name here because I'm trying to plug in on you. Oh, you ain't got your brother?
He asked about me. What? Oh my god. Also, next, I don't like the uncle niece. I don't like it. So next.
So we're all right interest here. We're not going to see in relationship.
Correct. Can we talk about Lady Jane Eyre with her girlfriend up on the yes, very heavily so in the book. Like I had forgotten up until that point where she had over basically sitting in her lap. And also that makes total sense. That ties into how she felt entitled enough to put her hands on a Targaryen princess. It ties into how she felt she could talk real slick to Daemon. Every time Daemon shows up, she has nothing but smoke to do. Nothing but smoke. And take this bag of money and get out of my face. Yeah.
That was her cousin. I found it out.
We talked about the house. I forgot the house name already last week. Rhea was her name, I believe. But every time David comes around, she would rather be doing something. She'll throw a bag of money at him. She'll give him. Yeah, there's talk of a wild dragon. Royce, thank you very much. Rhea Royce is the murdered wife's name, and also too. He tried to relate to Rhaenyra just a little bit too late. Hey, listen, that I didn't bond with Praxis until I was a teenager. My mother died in childbirth. The series sunk into sadness and depression, and I was left on my own. It wasn't until I was a teenager until I bonded with Praxis, and Rhaenyra's just like, because she still doesn't get it. She still doesn't. She's like, what? I'm trying to go fight Vhagar and get back into Rhaenyra's good graces. She's like, are you daft? Are you dumb? Like, you can't take this dragon doesn't listen to you. This dragon, you just told me the dragon doesn't listen to you. You need help with this. I'll fight Vhagar with you. She still can't get it through her thick skull. And I'm over it. And then she's still having a pity party after all of that, and she's back at the castle. And Bela is comforting her. She's like, you're my sister. Like, what's up? So I don't. Rhaenyra's bothering me. I'm over her. So, and I knew I wasn't going to like the direction the show was taking with this character. How they tried to kind of mash it up. I don't like it because in the source material, Rhaenyra was, gentle, loving. She was renowned for beauty and her patronage of the arts, and well loved around the towns and the Vale. This isn't this. I hate this. So I'll yield. I'll get off my box about that.
Well, the problem is that they refuse to get her hair done when she's out. So she sat her hair getting done for too long, and now she don't know what to do with herself. They finally washed her face, get a little skincare going on, put some lotion on it, but that hair situation is still tragic.
We can talk about the four drafting brawl. He's still was putting in work. Even though he got jumped. He got jumped. but it also shows to me with the dragon fight, I'll take it over, is the nearest dragon a battle ready in general. That's something that we know that like Cyrax, is not ready.
Yeah, she jumped right in it, but everybody else had to finish before her.
She still had them black Air Force on again, and she was ready to go.
And I'm saying, she thinks she got a certain amount of dragon. Her dragon is not in the film.
Nah.
Correct.
It's not.
Yeah. Did you see how fast Daemon took off to go hop back on Cyrax? Like when Cyrax attacked, Daemon broke immediately back to his dragon. It was like, yeah. And then didn't strap himself in. I don't understand that. Like he got knocked from your saddle after he told Cyraxes to go kill. I'm sorry, I moved right on in front of us. Switch sides here. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, I just, as I think about the episode and kind of think about that sequence, and I don't really mean I'm switching sides. I really am just kind of voicing my frustration with Team Black. Rhaenyra has said several times over several episodes, "Who do you think I am?" So, challenged with a tough question or a tough decision, what did you think I would do if you told me that your daughter was the one that did this? Who do you think I am? And to me, like that, her continuing to question herself is the reason they probably didn't want a female queen in the first place, or at least her, because why don't you have the mental wherewithal to just be who you are and do what needs to be done? She is constantly second guessing herself. She's constantly doubting herself, asking questions. She asked the permission of everybody around her. She does not make a decision. She walked out of the what's the form that the town people from the town come to state their grievances. She got frustrated and walked away from all the people who were like literally suffering in her town after taking over. Like I'm disappointed in the weak display of leadership. I know this is not the question you asked, but I'm just like disappointed that before she set the throne, it's like she had way more fire, energy, ideals than actually doing there now. So I expect something different.
Heavy is the head. Heavy is the head who wears the crown.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, but her father raised her to wear that crown, so like you don't get to pretend you don't understand what to do now.
But he didn't teach her how to be her own person. He didn't teach her how to advocate for herself, how to fight for what she wants. It was merely, hey, just almost do as I do. Don't have your own mind, because she was raised in the ways, but that may not be who her character actually is. And so she's having like an identity crisis. She wants so very badly to honor her father's legacy, and at the same time trying to rein in dragon in her, because she wants to go and wreak havoc, but she's already got a husband who's out here on a ledge, really just barely reined in. And the only reason Daemon is moving in a way that he thinks is pleasing to Rhaenyra is because of his daughter out here. It's six eggs in one hand, half a dozen in the other. He's acquiescing to what Rhaenyra wants because he knows his daughter is out here on some silly stuff. Right?
So I want to pivot back, because your initial explanation of why she's torn is no excuse for her being torn. Let's keep in mind, if she's that torn, don't go fight between them. Like, she had a choice. So I'm saying, you don't get to risk countless thousands of lives to do all this stuff, to go to the throne and then get there and be scared. You could have stayed where you were, lived a comfortable life, and then just been okay with it. So like, you don't get to, be a usurper, take the crown and take the throne, and then simply not be able to have the mental wherewithal to pull yourself together to do something. Burn some people. Find out who's putting all the gold for. Go find some money. Like, you gotta do something. she's fucking a whore in her sex. It's like,
and it can't be that. When you say you got to do something, you can't do that.
you know what I'm saying? The thing, she could just let the Greens stay in there and and do what they wanted to do. She's harassing, I'm disappointed in her. I'm disappointed in her. And maybe I was thinking she was more Daenerys, and maybe my expectations are too high. Maybe I gave her unlawful dreams of what I thought she could be. Damon should have been king. I don't know. I'm done with her. I'm done.
I feel like young Rhaenyra was definitely way more fiery, way more assertive, maybe even aggressive sometimes. Because I'm specifically thinking about too when they went on that hunt, that war or whatever, that all first blood. Like she was so badass, right? Like what happened to that Rhaenyra? Personally, I think one life alternate that kind of made her a little more reserved or slow to act or slow to even defend herself or her family is the fact that she had those bastard sons. So she spent a good amount of her time as an adult princess while Viserys was still alive, like having to defend and hide and lie about her son's father. And like people picked at her, they bullied their son, they tried to physically attack her son. So I think that takes, or I think it will take a very large toll on mental and emotional, and it would impact her character as a whole. So maybe the initial Rhaenyra that we met would have been fit for the crown, but due to life experiences, he's actually maybe not the best fit anymore. So I think maybe that might be like the rules.
But those were her choices, though. We want choices that were thrust upon her.
I know. I do.
Yeah. I mean, you know what she could have did? She could have cheated her husband with a black dude. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say she
all
did.
She had to do any mulatto baby should have did. You know what I'm saying? She's so mulatto.
So you don't think that would change you having to lie about your son's legitimacy for their entire life, and then them dying? You don't think that would like change the type of person you are and how you navigate the world around you?
It would. It would. It did, and it would, because not only were her sons, two of her sons killed, but she also lost the love of her life. Right? Okay, she married David.
Right, that too. That too.
So she lost her father. She lost the legitimacy she never really had. So
she didn't want to perform, or she would have lost her. I mean, the simple fact she made those decisions, and she decided that the throne, her pursuit of the throne, was more important than all those things. She could have gave up the throne, and she could have did her whole thing with Lenore, and he did his thing, and she did her thing, and then turned strong. She did did her personal guard, and they could have lived on Dragonstone for the rest of her life.
I think I'm speaking more on her ability to rule rather than her desire to rule. I think you're hitting on her desire. Like, why do you want it so bad if you're not supposed to get it? I think maybe my comment might have been more geared towards her leadership abilities are skewed due to these life events. But you're right. Her desire to rule, her pursuit of the crown is intrinsically Rhaenyra, and that's Rhaenyra all alone. So I get that. So I think I may have inserted myself on like a different topic, but I see what you're saying.
I think it's like the thing with she needs like validation of like, did I do all this good work? Like, am I always? Like, it's like she's like, either you either think you the queen or not. Like, you need someone like when she's talking to you can add this to the Helena's dreams of like, what did you see? Did you see me winning? Like everything is like trying to validate herself of like, is this the right thing? I lost my son, I lost my man, I lost my other son, my daddy.
Other
What?
You said I lost my son, I lost my man, I lost my dad, and I was inserting my other man. My uncle husband is disobedient.
Yeah. I mean, my uncle husband was like, that's fun. That's fun to me.
Disobedient. Oh my God. David just keep on with it, but also too, he's trying to make it right. He's trying to make it right, and they're all the blacks are in an impossible situation, and they're so busy infighting that they're not paying attention to these two other cats, these dragons who are getting honey poured in their ear by Ormond. Okay, so keep the main thing. We need these new dragon seed riders are out here plotting. They're plotting.
And Loki, honestly, her daddy is he was a peacetime king. And it's only so much you can teach. All he had to do was the Primarch. That was the only thing he had. That was far off, and he would send people out there. He never had internal things going on. He just sent Damon and sent T-Smoke and sent Corliss out there and like, hey, make sure y'all handle that. I'll send y'all some money. I'll send y'all some resources y'all need. Just make sure they get to you.
And that was his beef. He said, "You only ever sent me away to the Vale, to the Stepstones. I would have protected you. You're my brother." Right.
Whose father taught someone well? Stop it. No.
I don't think Tywin Lannister taught Cersei very well.
He didn't teach Cersei. Cersei learned. Right. Cersei learned.
His daughter and his son will be in it. Like, no.
You gotta separate that. No, you can't do that.
I would say Tywin was a terrible father.
Yeah, terrible father, but he taught the baby well.
He was a master tactician, the master strategist.
So when he realized that he raised them poorly, he wound up focusing on teaching them stuff. And so, like when he starts carving up the stag when he's talking to Jaime in the first season, that's great. When he starts chopping, and he had a lot of games, but Jaime wouldn't have ended up in the King's Guard, knowing how much he hated Tyrion. There's no way he would let Jaime in the King's Guard when Jaime ultimately was supposed to be his heir. There was no way.
That was bad team. They disliked
Aries. Yeah.
He disliked him so much. He did that to stop him to make him actually make Tyrion his heir. So that wasn't on time. You can't don't put that on him.
That was a bad team.
Robert Baratheon took over. I mean, it definitely.
But it's already too late. If you already selected, you can't come out of the King's Guard. You are in the King's Guard. So somebody else already put you in there. He did that out of spite. Out of spite. So you can't. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to look, man. Y'all can't be hating on my man.
And we went way too deep to the Westeros universe. We gotta get back.
I'm just saying.
Abort.
So let's get back into it. So what do you all think was going on with the dream that we're now seeing from Helaena? Helaena and Rhaenyra like, hey, what did you see? I know you saw something. I heard you were a dream. And she's like,
she went about that all wrong. And I'm not even going to hazard a guess because I finally figured out that it's Helena's tapestry that we see in the opening credits. That's all her sewing and weaving and all of those things. So I don't want to get too far into the vision, the dream that Helaena was having. But that scene with Dreamfire as people stormed the dragon pit, like I said, it's starting to kind of deviate from source material. It wasn't Helaena in Dreamfire being stormed in the dragon pit. That was a powerful scene because we've never seen Dreamfire. We've never seen Helaena ride. And now we know that, well, I think that the reason Aemon wanted her to mount Dreamfire and fly with him last season was because Dreamfire is a battle dragon. She's seen it all. The only other dragon currently with that kind of experience and longevity is Aegon. Caraxes is a baby. And Vermithor, right. Caraxes is a baby in comparison to the rest of those dragons. So I know why Aemon wanted her to mount Dreamfire, but that was my favorite part of her vision. She did see the winter coming, right, when she was in the field with her babies. And there were two babies. You notice there were two white-haired children. We know the son's dead boy, Jaehaerys. So that leaves Jaehaera and I guess Maegor, right? The one that she's pregnant with now. So I don't want to interpret interpret it any further than she saw winter coming and she saw herself on her own dragon, which she won't ride anymore because it's too much.
Not too much commentary on the dreams. Tons of interpretations you can take from it. I was like, okay, this does look like the Song of Ice and Fire, and it looks like Helaena is witnessing the coming of winter. And a part of me hoped that this was like she would have the same revelation that Daemon did. Remember when Daemon was like still kind of anti-Rhaenyra and still kind of I could still have the crown too. But finally one day after weeks of Harrenhal, like he went back to me like I saw it, I had the dream, I saw the vision. You are the true heir. So I was secretly hoping that Helaena would have one of those revelations and then become immediately more helpful. But I'm like, nah, she's too weird. I told y'all gotta watch this. So personally, I wouldn't have asked her what she did. She weird and she don't answer. She talking riddles and she only want to talk to her daughter. Like, cool, whatever. I'll figure it out.
Somebody else sounds like a girl from high school. You gotta watch her.
Watch her.
But she's not wrong. Like I said, remember several episodes ago, Aemon and Alicent believe Helena's visions. Whatever she's picking up and speaking out loud, those two specifically believe that she has that gift of sight, and that's what had Aemon so shook, and he walked away from her like, okay, she said you were swallowed up in the God's eye and never seen again. Aegon will sit the throne again, but it'll be made of wood, right? So all of those things, we'll see if they come to fruition or not.
No predictions. I'm just ready for a great episode. I've been satisfied every episode. No qualms with the writing. I think Corlys has lived too many lives. I love Corlys. I would hate to see him go, but I think at this point, too many near-death occasions over the course of 3 seasons. Like, we gotta make it realistic. Maybe not anytime soon, but
yeah, pulling it all together for the final season. I want to see the Rivermen end up where they're supposed to be. I want to see Lord Oscar Tully, pop that good a little bit more. I want to see the Blacks notch a couple of wins. They need some wins, so that's what I'm looking for in the season finale.
Spoilers for anyone. I think that they're going to put the two comments. He does the trick to a similar situation as you because of Turbulent being his name. Vermithor and Turbulent, like, it's just doing what it does. And he gets set into the prayer on accident. That's my position.
Because I think the storyline's not setting up very well to make sense for Hugh to betray her. At least not yet.
No. I'm thinking from the actions of Vermithor is role.
Yeah.
Agreed. So Silverwing's doing something. It's just doing what Silverwing is doing. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And then he accidentally comes into it. And then tries to convince him to get with Ormond on the back end. Like, so I helped you with him. What you gonna do for me since I helped you on the back end, not on the first end? What I'm thinking is like he's gonna try to negotiate after the fact. That's what he.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I can wait. We will see y'all next week.
Adios.